Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. We're gonna have some fun today, y'all. So I got the Who Shall Not Be Named new launch, and it's the Gothic Beach collection. And what I ordered from the collection was the palette, the highlighters, and a waterproof mascara. And I'm wearing it today along with some other stuff, but I also got a free liquid lip from it, and it's in the shade Hot Rod Lynn, which is a bright pink. And it's so funny because, first off, I will say I do like this formula. I really do. I don't know. I feel like he's changed it because I remember it being very drying, and it wasn't. And this is thin, or it was thin putting it on. The other ones are thin, but not as thin as this. And it didn't feel as drying, but it was a liquid lip. And then, regardless, I like it. And then I've got this old gloss out here. I couldn't tell you the name of it if I tried, but it's the old packaging. But I mixed these two together today to get this lip. It doesn't really go with the look, but I wanted to try it because I do think the formula's changed and I kind of like it. Just saying. Just saying. But obviously that's not a lip I would wear today, but it's funny because like as I'm going through my stuff, I had a lot of hot pinks. So like about 5, 6 years ago, maybe seven, even 5 or 6, 6 or 7, somewhere around in there. Like that was all I wore was hot pink, hot purple, and I don't know why. Like now looking back, I'm like, what was I thinking exactly? So I don't know, but that's where we're at. But I have swatched the palette for you and the highlighters, and I'll show you the palette in a minute. Well, we'll show you now. So this is the palette, and it's kind of cute. It's still in the box where it opens and stuff. It's still in that sort of packaging. It is hard to open. Like kinda. It's very it's gonna be sealed shut. Which is a good thing when you think of it because you don't really want a lot of air getting into your products. But this is the palette. And it's pretty. It goes with the Gothic theme. Gothic for sure. I don't get the beach. Because to me, well, maybe the brown for the sand and stuff, but like there's no water or anything. But I guess I kind of can see it in a way. Definitely Halloween, but I can see it. And here the colors are swatched out. Now the highlighter, oh, let me tell you, I have always liked his highlighters. They're glittery, but you can apply them lightly. I mean, I don't have it on that thick. And there is a little bit of glitter, but if you pat it in with your beauty blender, it almost melts into the skin, right? Or you can be beaming from, space. Take your pick on it. Like my inner corner is one of the highlighters right now, and it's quite brighter than like the rest of my face, although it is a different shade. But this is the highlighters here, and I will say they're gorgeous. I mean, it is what it is. Now, again, let me preference this by saying I do not necessarily support, well, I do not support some of the things that the owner has done. But I ain't basing this on the owner, okay? Like, I generally like the products. Do I think they're the best in the world? No, I don't. But I do like the shadows. I do think they perform really well. And I do like the color story. Not all of it, but some of it. And I absolutely love the highlighter. For sure. I love this. This is sitting out. I like this a lot. So, I'm just saying. Okay. Now, I also, like I said, I bought a mascara. It was a bundle thing is what I got. And it is the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Beach Proof Mascara. So I'm assuming it's waterproof. It is pretty cool though. Like it's got like water droplets and stuff on it. It's pretty cool. Um, I don't like it, but I don't like it, but I need to let it dry out. It's really, really wet right now. And I don't, it's just messy for me. I'm not a makeup artist, okay? But I do feel like once this dries out a little bit, say in a week or two, I'm going to like it. Just a feeling. I don't know for sure, but we shall see. I will see how hard it is to take off tonight also because that could be a problem. But as of right now, it's really, really wet. But again, it's new. So a lot of mascaras you have to let dry out for a little bit. So even though I don't like it at this moment, I could change my mind. Now, on the highlighters, I'm not changing my mind on that. I love them. Absolutely gorgeous from the packaging to the embossing to the colors. I think they're gorgeous. And there they are swatched. So, I mean, for the one that's mixed the white and purple, I just took my finger all over it to get the color. So, it's kind of like mixing these two together to get this shade. So, now, the palette, it is hard to open, but it's not that bad if you actually get up under this and pull the little thing. It's got a nice size mirror in it, so that's nice, and it is a good quality. I mean, it's a really good quality mirror. But I don't like. I don't hate the color story. Like it's not what I thought it would be. Even though I saw pictures, like it's not what I thought it would be. But I do think you're going to get a lot of a lot of pretty looks out of it. But my thing is I have really started to enjoy his metallic formula. Like he's changed it too. And the wedding palette is when I really noticed it and I'm like, whoa, I love this. This is the perfect palette for me, a perfect neutral. But there's only 4 metallics in this palette. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, well, 5 metallics, and then there's like a sparkly, it's like a purple with blue and stuff in it. It's this one here. It's got the sparkles in it, this formula. It's this last one. It's called Umbrella Attitude. And you can see, well, I don't know if you can see. Let me see if you can see. Can you see the sparkles in that one? Please ignore the messy dresser I have, y'all. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. Okay, we're going to shut that really quick so you don't see the mess I have. But it's just, I don't know. I wish that was a metallic shade, to be honest, and I think the palette would have been great for me. There is no lighter shades in here, really, for like an inner corner. I mean, you have the anti-sunburn, but that's pretty much my skin tone. I pretty much set my eye with it after putting down soft ochre. The rest of it really isn't that light. I mean, there's some shades I could use for sure. But that's where the highlighter palette comes in for me. Like the two of these combined, perfection. Like I like this look. It is darker than I'm used to doing, but it's still nice. And the fact that, honestly, like I said, usually darker shades scare me. This palette did not scare me at all. I'm going to use the shade Anti-Sunburn right now, actually, and we're going to set the lid because I am not a makeup artist. And I don't really blend well, so we're going to go ahead and set that. But you're going to see, I use the ColourPop, the white eyeliner in Exit for my waterline. So, just so you know there. So, let's go ahead and get started. The first shade we're going to go into is Oh Buddy. Is that right? That wouldn't be right. Oh boy. Oh boy, this is going to be a bad one. I don't know. It's going to be this lavender. And I do think this is a good, I mean, I'm not goth by no means. Like, that's not a word somebody's going to use to ever describe me at all. I would be more of like the girly girl next door type of person, you know what I mean? But that don't mean I don't like to do my makeup outside the comfort zone. I don't necessarily think it looks good on me by no means, but it's just fun sometimes, to play. And like I said, I personally like this formula. Again, I'm not going to say it's the best. I'm not. Like, it's not. I'm not that crazed about it. But I do like it. And therefore, I buy it. Plus, to me, like, it's kind of my job in a way. I don't want somebody to spend their hard earned money if they don't have to. I do understand why people don't review his products for sure. But at the same time, as I'm, putting money in his pocket, I suppose, I'm also paying employees in a way. I don't know how to feel about all that. I really don't. Like, I get it. You should put your money where your mouth is. I get that. I do. But when you're looking at another side of it, it's like they're already where they're at. Okay. All to me, what I see is that if somebody did stop it at this point, he should be, he shouldn't say what he says, that's for sure. Like, let's go into, yeah, we're gonna have problems, aren't we? Piranha, pretty. I can't even see those. It's the next purple over bait. This one. At this point, you're just, if you shut down, then people are going to be out of jobs. This economy is already bad enough. I don't know how to feel about it. I really don't. Like, to me, I cannot agree with it and still be honest and say that, I do like his formula. I don't like I said, some of the, I don't know him personally. I don't think nobody does. Sometimes I'm curious on these people if it's just an act. Like, are they playing a character? Because maybe it is. Like, maybe they're completely, like, shy and stuff, Maybe not him, but just in general. Like, you really don't know how people are, I don't feel like. Like, they may seem one way, but they could be a complete opposite, And I say that because, like, I watch, like, personally, my fiance, he does TikTok, and people actually come up to him and is like, and they really truly think he's the character. Like, to me, that's mind-boggling. I'm like, I'm just like scooting away. I'm like, please don't include me, I mean, we're gonna go into Vixen Vibration. Is that right? My eyes are so bad. I'm pretty sure it's the next dark purple. I will say I wish this palette would. Basically, we're going here, 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 and then here. Okay? So if I'm saying the names wrong, I do apologize. My eyes just aren't what they used to be. But anyway, I watch people go up to my fiance thinking he's the character, and that's the way he really is. And he does jump into character when they're around and they're talking to him and stuff. But I don't know how he does it, to be honest. Like, I could never be a character. But then I say I can't because I can't. I don't even know how to function as myself, let alone to have an alter ego. Oh, Lord, help me. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard enough for me to be me, to let alone create a whole new persona and be it. And to me, it's nuts. Because then I'm like, they really have to know you're a character. Like, nobody would act like that in real life. But then I'm like, they don't. There's, like, some people really, really don't know that that's a character. And that's crazy. But yeah. So that's what my fiance does, is TikTok. But he has the personality for it too, to be fair. He's good at it. I'm like opposite, to be honest. Like, this isn't necessarily like my thing, because I'm definitely more shy, more backwards, more quiet, to myself type of person, And he's definitely more like outgoing. And that's usually the way it is in a relationship. You have that one that's more personable, has a lot of personality, and then the other one's more, and it works. I couldn't imagine if like we were both like that, because it's like who would ever get anywhere? We'd both be talking, and. But yeah, so I like the gradient effect of this too, by the way. These purples all work real well together, and I like that about it. And I like this green, this lime green. I wish I would have put it somewhere different, to be honest, instead of down here. But I didn't really know where to work it in to the look other than the lower lash line. And I knew I really wanted to play with that green just to see what it did. And it is very pigmented, and like you can definitely see it. Blends nice, it builds nice, like it's a nice green. And I started looking at the palette, and I do think there's a lot of creativity here if you have that sort of eye. The problem is I don't have that. I'm just a enthusiast, I guess you would say. Like I'm not an artist. I have no intentions of ever being one. Like I said, I just want to do a look, have fun doing it, and you know, have my time basically. But I want it to be somewhat easy. And honestly, for a neutral look, like he nailed it with that wedding palette. He really did. And I love that palette. And then as far as like this one, I definitely think it's very Halloween. It works for the month of October. Yet you have I can also see fall in it because of the oranges and the browns and like this orange or this red orangey shade, and you got a copper, so I can see like a bronzy look with it's almost, I mean, I guess the beach goth beach kind of makes sense. You got the bronze for the beach and then the goth for the rest of it. Like I definitely can see it. I don't know. I really kind of wish there was just more something, more of a metallic, a lighter metallic, or, and again, this is just preference. But because he has the highlighters, it kind of works for me. But it is expensive. Like the highlighters are expensive. They're good, but they're expensive. So it's kind of like up to you on that part of it. But anyway, I mean, so far the look looks really good. But can you see that green? Like that green is so pretty. And I'm not even a green. I don't even like green. But that green's pretty nice, to be honest. Alright, we're going to go into Umbrella Attitude now, which is this last shade. It's that matte with the little sparkles in it. And I'm just going to darken up the outer corner with that. I am not going anywhere else with this shade because it is dark. And I just wanted to sort of darken up that outer corner a little bit. I would definitely say go in with a light hand. Like his shades are pigmented, but very blendable. Is how I'm going to describe them. Like melt shades are pigmented as in deep and dark, which these are too. I don't know. There is a difference. And as a beginner, I'm giving, I like these shades better. I don't know why. I just feel more comfortable using them. Even though with melt, I've learned, as long as you go in with any shadow with a light hand, you'll be fine, to be fair. But it is pretty. I mean, I hate to say it. Like, you don't want to, you know? In one hand, you don't want to, but unfortunately, like, I'm not going to lie. It is a pretty palette, I think. You could get some fallout from those shimmers also, just so you know. And the same from the highlighter, because it is so glittery. But other than that, I mean, I've had no issues. But if I sprayed or something, it would make it, you know, as far as the highlighter goes. If I would have sprayed the brush, because I did put the highlighter in the center of this lid, which you'll see in a minute. But anyway, all right, now we are going to go into the shade Gothic Yacht. And this is a metallic shade, this one right here. And I'm going to pick it up easy because I don't want to make a mess. Maybe even tap it off a little bit. And we're going to put it on the lid. I mean, this is a pretty purple too. I love purples though. Purples don't really... Well, actually they do. If they're not easy to blend, and that is it. His shades are easy to blend. They may be dark and pigmented, but they're still easy to blend. At the end of the day. I don't know if I got palettes like this either. Like, a lot of times you'll see color stories and you're like, oh, that's kind of, you can get a similar look or a similar effect. I don't necessarily know if I got a similar look or a similar effect from a palette in my collection that would work with this. Alright, so where am I at now? We are going to line, and then we're done with the palette, and we'll go into the highlighter palette, I think. So I'm going to take that Umbrella Attitude, that shade, that dark purple I put in the outer corner, and we're actually going to line the lash line and the lower lash line with it. This video is going to be so long with me rambling, especially just the beginning portion. I apologize. It's just I really don't like getting bad comments on things. Like, it's not necessarily bad like towards me, but just because like I review the brand, and I completely understand, you know, where people are coming from. But I mean, and I think that if I don't think it would have, with all the controversies he's in, if his cosmetic line was not good, seriously, it wouldn't have survived. But the fact that it is good kind of says a lot. Plus, I do truly believe people can change. And I think that at some point, or at least I feel like at some point, everybody changes. You just come to realize things, you know, at a certain point in your life. Like, either it's not worth it, or your viewpoints change because you meet someone and you realize maybe the things you once thought weren't good. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I just feel like, I hope, I guess, in a way that people change. Whether they do or don't, I guess it remains to be seen. But I hope everybody changes for the good, you know? Or if you're in a bad spot, you know, the light is right there. You may have to hold on a little longer to get there. But don't give up, you know? Type of thing. Alright. Now that I got that lined, I'm going to go underneath the lower lash line and blend it out just a little bit. Because I really don't like, I don't want to lose that green. Like, I really like that green under there. Which is so surprising. I think that's why I like it so much, is because it's just surprised me how much I like it. Okay, so that's it for the palette. Now, let's go into this. And what I'm going to do is, we're going to go into this one here. And I'm going to put it in the inner corner. The very first one, the lightest one. What's it called? Bloodsucker Bling. Okay. Like, that's just pretty. Again, I'm not a makeup artist, so. I'm going to take it up just a little bit. Like that. How far did I take it up here? I didn't take it up very far, I don't think. I want to make sure they're the same, though. I think I got them the same. Who knows? And then with my finger, I went into the Summer Death. And this, you all, this shade here has just got me. It is the most prettiest, metallic, wet looking purple I've ever seen. Seriously. And we're just going to tap that right on. Now you will get fallout, so be very careful. But we're just going to tap that right there. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. Like, I could put that all over my lid and just be happy all by itself. I just never. Now on my cheeks, I use the one in the middle. And you need the very, I mean, look how much. Like, you just need a very little bit of that shade. And it's just, I'm sorry, it's gorgeous. I know. I know. And you guys are probably like, the ones that are against this company are against this company. So I get it. You're probably thinking, stop saying good things about it, you know. And I understand. I do. But I'm not going to lie. Like, it's the one thing I'm not going to do. I'm just not going to lie. It's good. And I'm not going to look at it as I'm putting money in his pocket, even though, yeah, I get it, I am. I'm going to look at it as I'm providing for somebody's food. One of the workers. That's how I'm going to look at it. Because I don't want to see any other businesses go out of business at this point in time. I don't think our economy can handle it. Alright, now we're going to go into... Oh, yep, hold on. What'd I do? We're going to go into the mascara, but first I'm going to curl the lashes. I actually curled the lashes, y'all. Maybe. I really don't know what this mascara says it's supposed to do. I have the other one, and I do like it. I'm not going to say the name of it, but it's the Blank Proof Mascara. I like it. I think it's hilarious. The component with the little whip at the end. I mean, I just think that's hilarious. Stupid, but hilarious nonetheless. And again, all this stuff fits his brand. But this is just a regular mascara tube. Nothing inappropriate. And it's just called Beach Proof Mascara. And I'm assuming that it's waterproof. So we're just going to put that on. And like I said, it is wet. And when I pulled it out, I did scrape it because the wand had a good bit on it. I don't know if you can see. But like I scraped it into that tube there because it does have a lot. And where it is so wet, it is so messy. I had a mess on the other eye. But at the same time, to be fair, I suck at mascara. And I'm always messing up, so fair is fair there. Whether it was wet or not, I was probably going to mess up. But, like right now, it's not bad. Now that I scraped it, I learned from the first eye. It's looking kind of pretty. Again, this was a bundle. So that's why I got it. I technically was only going to get the highlighter and the palette. And I am glad. I was really only going to get the palette, but that highlighter just looked pretty. And I am so glad I did get the highlighter actually now. And I think this palette would go good if you have other palettes from this brand. Like the, that purple palette. At first when I looked at it, I kind of thought it looked like the Alien palette that's now discontinued. But I think it's because it was that green shade just threw me to that, to be honest and fair. But like, I love the formula. I really do. Everything blended nicely. It worked perfectly. I love the highlighter. I think the highlighter and the palette go beautifully hand in hand. And as far as the mascara goes, I'm just going to have to hold off on that. Like I said, first off, I'm not a fan, but I do think it needs to dry out in order for me to really get a good feeling for it. If I have to assume, I feel like because I like the other one, most likely I'm going to like this one. You know what I mean? But I don't know that for sure. As far as the liquid lip that I got free, the color is not mine anymore. It used to be. But the formula is definitely 100% different because I have his liquid lips over there. And of course, it's been a while. I don't really buy much from the brand anymore. Unless it is an eyeshadow palette for the most part. But I might have to buy. I do apologize. My fiance's out there doing a TikTok and he has his speakers booming. So that's nice. I apologize. But anyway, I am going to sound off because I get to go yell at him now for doing this. But overall, I like this collection. I think that if you like, say, the goth look or darker makeup, or if you're looking for something for like Halloween or to give you that vibe, I think this palette would be great. Nail polish is this here, the Cirque whatever color in Wild Berry West. And for blush, I'm wearing the Sigma blush in Mod Mauve. I was trying to go a little bit purpley. And then for bronzer, it is the Pat McGrath in Bronze Dawn. Foundation is the Charlotte Tilbury in 4.5. I actually wanted to give this a whirl again because the other day I used it and the foundation didn't turn out really good. But I think it had to do with the products underneath it. I think it turned out really good today. I set everything with the number 7 light and illuminate. And then concealer is the Natasha Denona. Yeah, that's the one that's out. And that's everything, y'all. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I do apologize for it being so long, but I did want to be very thorough. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all that way you're notified when I upload, because I upload every day but Sunday. And I'm going to go and give my fiance a piece of my mind. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.